Hello and welcome to an Not So Awesome review. Today we're looking at the Max Factory Kill la Kill Matoi Ryuko. I actually have no idea how to pronounce her name. It's been a while since I've seen the anime, and I didn't even finish it. I know I'm a bad reviewer. I'm reviewing something and finish it. I'll get to it eventually. I actually do really want to read the manga, but yeah, from Kill la Kill, the Figma, and this is number 222, and some pretty interesting, strange, super strange things. I didn't do much research on this figure. This is brought to you guys by AV Pop Shop. Just heads up on there. So I messing with the figure, looking through stuff, trying to figure out what's what and everything. And I noticed in the instructions we have this weapon right here that says E. It's not in the box. And it's not just not in the box. It's there's not even a place for it in the packaging. So I don't know if that's kind of like one of their pre-order bonuses. That's the only thing I can figure. Because yeah, there's no extra other weapon scissor hand thing. I don't know what's going on there. So just wanted to mention that because it's in the instructions, and like I said, it definitely was not in the packaging when I opened it, and there's not even anywhere for it to be in the packaging. But anyways, moving on from that weirdness, it does come with a pretty good amount of accessories as you would expect for a Figma. It does come with the Figma bag, which is basic generic Ziploc bag with the nice Figma logo. It's not generic. I mean, they're nice bags, but generic to the company. An extra peg for the wrists in case you break one of them. Always good to have. And this, like I said, it comes. I don't even remember the name of it. Honestly, it's been so long that I've tried to watch the anime. It's not that I didn't not like it. I think it's that my computer broke and I kind of forgot about it. But anyways, this part does come off. I don't know why. It shows you in the instructions, and I don't know if you mix and match it with the other one, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't have the other one. So really weird on that, and it does stick a little bit downwards. So I don't know if that's supposed to be accurate or not, but yeah. Other than that, just a big red piece of plastic. It's nice red. It's shiny, and it is actually a little bit rough around the edge right there. So be careful on that. But aside from that, it's all right. I mean, it's pretty accurate from what I remember. It's just one giant red, like half a scissor thing. And then she does come with 5 pairs of hands, 2 fists, and these kind of like posing hands. 2 different hands for her holding her weapon, one leaning a little bit more outwards, one a little bit more in, a little bit more tight, and 2 kind of open hands. And the gloves, as you can see, everything on it, it's really nice. The gloves look really good, really nicely detailed. Of course, basic Figma stand, and she comes with 3 faces. It kind of hurts when I close face. It looks really good. The teeth lining looks good. You can't tell as much on the camera, but it is definitely like a little bit more red on the cheeks, and it looks really nice the way they did the shading on there. The eye looks good, and then we have this kind of angry yelling face, which again looks really good. I love it. I mean, Figma always does a great job with these. Max Factory is great. You can see here she has a smiling face, which again, I love how they do the eyes on these figures. And the detail on her looks good. These can pop off if you want them to, but then you're gonna have a giant peg hole in the chest. So just letting you guys know, they do move up and down a little bit. I don't know, they feel a little weak, but they are what they are, I guess. And appearance wise or aesthetic wise, she does look pretty good, pretty accurate to the anime from what I remember and the manga. And again, it's Figma. I mean, they do a great product. They know what they're doing, and I usually don't have problems with them. I think I had one problem with the original release Saber, but that's because it was, well, one of like their first. I want to say it's like number 6 or something. It's down there with the Haruhei, Suzumiya stuff, which again, I'm gonna get to that stuff at some point. Just watch. But yeah, figure wise, looks good, and really nothing to complain about that. She can stand on her own, as you guys can see, but is a little tricky with her boots. So definitely use the sand. But I will say this about the sand: getting that through the peg hole is not the easiest fit. I feel like this is just one size too small. You can get it in there, but even after doing it a couple times, it still doesn't like wanna, I guess, adapt to the size. I don't know. Anyways, articulation wise, it's okay. It's not the greatest, mostly because of the head and the fact that she can't lean back, which limits her kind of looking up or lunging forward, which I think would have been like some nice looking poses, but you can't really do because, one, the way her hair is sculpted back here, which, accurate, whatever, it kind of affects her head going up. I mean, if you lift up the peg, you can kind of get it going up, but it doesn't look right. Even even so, it doesn't look right. But yeah, you can't, the hair gets stuck to that, so it doesn't really do anything there, which sucks. She can look down really well, and she can pivot side to side in the head and look left and right and every other which way. Just can't look up, which is annoying because her upper diaphragm joint can't lean back too much. So, without moving her legs, let's see if I can get the legs straight without moving the legs, can't really look up too much. If you move the legs, yeah, okay, but I mean that's kind of still not. It's besides the point, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. She can lean forward pretty good. She can pivot side to side. Okay, it does kind of want to spring back, and she can go left and right. These little things don't really get in the way at all, so that's a good thing. Though I feel like they're rubbery. Gotta be careful with bending them and stuff. You don't want anything to break or like this just pop off, but pop back on pretty easy. The joints are actually pretty tight on her. Um, I say as she falls apart in my hands. No, but they are, like you can see it's not falling down at all, so that's good. She can go out that far, go forward that far, go back that much. Knee does that, really good. Can move forward, move back, and she does have an ankle pivot, which is good. Arm wise, go all the way up. She can go around, this does get in the way, and she can lean it forward and back, kind of in the butterfly joint type of fashion. Just without that, it's like, if you guys can see, it's like half a circle here, so it like has a opening so it can go in more, which is nice. Not gonna complain. Can rotate from the upper arm, can rotate from the lower part of the arm too, though I would say rotate from up here just because you'll have all this lined up a lot better. If you start rotating it from here, the red's not gonna line up. That's just me saying that. Elbow joint, really good, and basic Figma wrist peg with a hinge in there if you can line it up good. So articulation wise, it's not the worst figure in the world by far. It just sucks that you can't look up at all and you can't lean back that much. That's basically what I'm getting at in my complaints with that. But otherwise, pretty solid figure, looks good. The red on it, everything, the line work, the paint job is really, really good. I don't really see any issues on it at all, and that's a good thing for figures that cost more than $50. You definitely want everything to be accurate, everything to be as clean as possible, and Max Factory does that almost every time. So there is that, and forgot to mention she does have an upper leg joint right there. So if you want to move that, you can. And like I said, she is a little bit more difficult to balance if you don't have to stand, just because of the way her her little shoes are. But if you do mess with it, let's see if I can get this going. Come on. Okay, that's not a great pose, but yeah, you can do it. I'm doing a horrible job here behind the camera, but it is very much possible to do. Anyways, let's move on to some size comparisons. So here she is compared to the awesome enough Figma, and you can see she is a good size taller than her, even though her legs aren't kind of like all the way closed, so she's not at her highest. She's definitely a good size taller. Here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God Goku, and you can see she's shorter. I mean, she is on the stand, so the height may not look great. It's more like that much of a difference, but it's not a bad difference at all. She is about just under 6 inches tall, and yeah. And lastly, here she is compared to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man, and she is definitely shorter than him, especially since, like I said, she's on the stand, so the height difference is more, so like that. But again, you can mix and match. It's not too big of a deal. So overall, not a bad figure at all, and I do definitely recommend it if you are a fan of the show, if you're a fan of the manga and you want something from it. Well, this is definitely a good choice, and yeah, it is really nice. Like I said, the only real big complaint is the fact that she can't look up or lean back too much, which sucks. But aside from that, aesthetically, she looks great. Comes with a good amount of accessories, and a few things I want to mention here before I forget. To get the you know weapon onto her hand, for the smaller ones, these ones I would recommend taking off this bottom part and putting it in. The hands are rubbery, so it can go around. For these bigger ones, you don't really need to do that at all. You can just slide it on, but these don't hold on to it as well. You're going to want to find basically the end of it where it's thickest so it doesn't slide around. And yeah, that's my advice for that. I didn't show you guys how to swap the faces because one, I forgot, and two, it's at this point, I feel like if you gotten a Figma before or Figuarts or any import, you pretty much know. But just in case you don't, pull off the hair, then you pull off the face and push one of the other ones on. And yeah, really not much else to say about it aside from it is a cool looking Figma. Um, I like it. It's cool. I recommend it. And yeah. Anyways, that is my review for the Kill la Kill. I'm not pronouncing your first name, Ryuko Figma, because I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm gonna get some hate on the comments. I just know it's gonna happen, but whatever. Anyways, like I said, this was brought to you guys by AV Pop Shop. Check their Instagram out down below in the description, and my Instagram and Twitter and stuff if you guys want. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Goodbye.